Spice, and we are talking to Chaya of Softkin. Along with Chaya, we have Anusha, Virginia, and Lata here to talk about Softkin and about Rhythm 2013, the event that's coming up. But first, I'll have my co-host Smita. You have a question?
Yes, Chaya, if our volunteers, our listeners want to get involved with the organization as volunteers itself, what are the steps that they need to take to get involved?
There are many ways they can get involved. We all have volunteers from young age to adults. So the adults get involved in terms of bringing us more awareness about the organization and bringing us more sponsors. And also they help us whenever we have these events. They come and help us with those. And definitely there are many ways they can help us with administration. For example, writing receipts and mailing all these receipts and writing newsletters. I can definitely take a lot of help.
I can talk to that because I know the last time you told us that Softkin as an organization, though it's a non-profit organization, it has zero administrative overheads.
Right.
Everybody that puts in time, effort, everything, every book that is purchased or even a receipt that is made is done with own money, and it's not taken from the donations that are received.
Right.
So every single penny that anybody donates goes directly towards maintaining the homes.
Definitely. That's a great point, Venki. And also, I visit these homes at least 3 times a year. It's through my personal money. And even the event we're going to talk about, every dollar directly goes for the cause.
Perfect.
And there are children who also volunteer for Softkin, and I would like Anusha to speak about the Softkin Youth Group.
Sure. Anusha, just give us 1 second. There's a caller. Let's see what the caller has to say. Southern Spice, you're live on air. Yes. Yeah. Sridhar உங்களை கால் பண்ணுவார் விஸ்வக். Sridhar கூப்பிடுவாரு. Thank you. Okay. All right, bye. All right, so we were talking to Anusha about the Softkin Youth Group. Go ahead, Anusha.
Sure. First of all, I wanted to say that step 1 to getting involved in the organization is definitely coming to this event. After the event, there's going to be a dinner where you can network with the founder, all the other volunteers, bring your friends, bring your family, show up, support us, and that's definitely step 1. Now, we also have a youth group. Back in 2007, when we first started the homes, I went to the homes, and it's been an unforgettable experience. I think it changed my life. Seeing these kids, there was this unbreakable bond. And then I realized there are probably so many young people who would want to do something for organizations like this and want to get involved. And so I decided to found a youth group. And the youth group, we do a lot of the organizational work for our fundraisers. We put together a newsletter for our donors and our sponsors. And it's a great experience. We're all friends in the youth group. We go to events together. We promote the organization, promote the work. We even do Skype sessions with the kids in India. So it's just a great experience.
So they look up to you?
Did a flash mob?
Oh yes, and last weekend we did a flash mob to try to promote awareness for the organization.
So the kids in the homes, they are in Hyderabad, right?
They are in Hyderabad, yes.
And they look up to you guys as their big sisters and...
the kids actually call me Akka.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and absolutely whenever, Kranti sometimes will call me and say, Akka, I have a speech. Can I read it to you? I have to deliver it tomorrow. I want to know what you think. Whenever. And I'm always accessible for them. And we try to make anybody who gets involved with the organization feel that they're close to these kids and can, access them at any point in time.
In fact, the youth group has recently communicated with all the kids on Skype.
Okay.
So there's also interaction directly with the kids.
Right.
So if anybody wants to join the youth group, generally it's for anybody that's in middle school, high school, or even in college, and they can contact one of us. Go to the website. The contact numbers are there.
Perfect. Softkin.org.
Softkin.org. That's SOFKIN.GO.
So
.org.
.org. So people can actually go there and send you an email like admin.
Contact us. You can go
Contact
there
us
and
Softkin.org.
And there's phone numbers as well there. Yes.
Okay, and they can register as a volunteer. Awesome. So let's now go to Lata. Lata has actually visited the Softkin homes in Hyderabad and has had first-hand experience of how the homes are run and what the kids do. So Lata, welcome to the show and thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Enki.
Please tell us, what was your experience?
It was the most amazing experience visiting these children in the home in Hyderabad. They are a bunch of very warm, welcoming kids. They're very affectionate and they treat you as one of their own family members. And they sing for you, they dance for you. And if you were to pick any child and ask them what they wanted to be when they grow up, they tell you things like they want to be a doctor, an engineer, and what impresses you is their ambition. So they don't stop at saying that, okay, I haven't thought about it like most kids do, but they would tell you precisely what they want to be. They want to be a doctor, they want to be a scientist maybe, so that is very impressive. And very disciplined bunch of kids too. You don't have to tell them not to, fight with each other or pull things or do things that have to tell our kids most of the time. So it was an amazing experience and a very inspirational bunch of kids.
And like Chaya mentioned, there are kids ranging from 3 years to 20 years.
Yes.
And it's like a home where everybody takes care of everybody else.
Yes. Yes, in fact, that is another thing I should have mentioned. The older kids take care of the younger ones. Nobody grabs, even if you take a lot of food there, like attractive things like cake or ice cream or anything, they don't grab from each other. They just make sure everybody is eating. The older ones take care of the younger ones. So, yes, it's very inspirational for us to visit each time we go to Hyderabad.
So basically these are kids that come from the lowest of low strata, right? They're the most underprivileged kids. They don't have homes. They've lived in shacks on the roadside, and they beg for a daily living, and they wear rags. And these are the kind of kids that have now been provided shelter, a home, a loving, caring environment, along with food and clothing, and also education. So I need to know how the whole process works. How do you first fund? How is it funded? So Chaya, the questions for you. How is the whole operation funded? And B, how do you find and bring these kids into these homes?
So to answer your first question, Venki, we are so fortunate. Some sponsors are there who've been helping us for the last 8 years. This is actually our 8th annual event that we're going to hold. All these sponsors have been with us all the time, and the level of trust they have developed on us is something that I feel we are very, very fortunate to have them. And these sponsors are, we have sponsors who individually sponsor children, like one child or 2 children, and we also have sponsors that sponsor a complete home, and each home consists about 10 to 12 children and 2 house mothers. So it costs us about $12,000 a year, and to sponsor one child, it costs about $60 a month. So these are the type of sponsors we have. And apart from that, we also conduct this annual event, one event every year, where we invite all our sponsors to attend the event. And it's really a thanking event to all our sponsors and donors, and also to invite new faces to Softkin, to spread the word and bring the awareness, to extend the sponsorship for these